Hello, fellas and fellaettes. Today we are going to be talking about four of the, I think, easiest demons that exist in Geometry Dash 2021. It's November right now. I don't know what's going to come out. And no, I'm not going to be talking about the Nightmare, even though I might have typed it on screen. No, this is a level that everyone has in their compilations, but I'm not going to include that today because it's well overdone. And yes, it still may be the easiest demon in Geometry Dash, but I'm going to be talking about these four right here. Hold On, Rush Hour, Is, and The Flight. We're going to start off with The Flight today because it was the first I actually managed to beat. So, to start off, what we do is we have this kind of confusing ship section with some tight little portals and reverse changes, but you'll notice that there's actually some invisible blocks. So you can kind of just slide across the top, even though I didn't there. You just slide across the top, then fall, and then after that, it's really just some easy, sight readable, ship. Then you go here, bounce off a yellow orb, and then you go down here. Make sure to hold through that pink orb, and you'll go up there. The rest of this part is easy, free ship. Then we kind of get into a difficult ball section, where you kind of have to time some of those orbs right. But right here is where it gets kind of difficult, because if you don't choose, or if your colors are the same, you're actually going to end up with some weird color choices on there. The rest of it's basically free. This is an easy straight fly straight into a UFO that'll finish it off. The UFO can be kind of tricky. I recommend falling a little bit closer to the saws, and then it's just two taps, two taps, two taps, all the way to the end, basically. There's really no hard timings here. There's a couple close calls, but that's about it. And I mean, that level really didn't take me too long. I did have about, 133 because I have been practicing it a little bit more because it's a good way to learn how to do some ship timings. The next one I'm going to be talking about is. Even Rob Top himself says this is not a demon and it's free stars. This is actually a really, really well made level. And you start off right away with a nice spider. The spider is probably one of the easiest things in the entire world. There's arrows and everything telling you exactly where to go. And there's really nothing difficult about this. Here, you kind of have to just wait for that blue portal. I messed up and didn't. These orb timings can get a little tricky because there are those spikes there, and then you have to hold through that blue portal into that red orb. After that, you go into a transition area where just hold on that black orb and then go through this easy, easy section. Then you go to the transition, and boom, now you're in the next section. This next section is a nice ship part with a bunch of music synced portals that change your gravity. Super easy to go through, super easy to sight read. Shouldn't really take too much effort. Then after that, you get into probably another super easy spider section. Just follow the arrows and you'll be fine. There's a couple decent transitions, like these two right here. Those just hold through those black orbs and you'll be just fine. This part's a little hard because you have to hit right under that block. And this, I think, is probably the hardest part of the entire level. Because sometimes those saws can flash in and out and you have no idea where they are. But I mean, it's pretty fairly simple, easy finish to the rest of the way. Then you go into a nice easy ship section, which is really free. Look how open it is. Here, it can kind of be difficult because if you don't set yourself up like I did for the transition, it's weird. But those spinning circles, just tap on those, boom, 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 you're finished. Super easy. I actually ended up beating that level in 37 attempts, and I've been putting more in just to get you better at Spider, just because I'm terrible at it. All right, next one we're going to go into is Rush Hour. Rush Hour has to be one of my favorite levels so far because the music is just perfect for the vibe of the level. There are other people who have showcased this level before with actual sound and music, but I'm just going to be talking about how to beat it today. Basically, that mini spam part going into this ship section has to be probably the hardest part of the level, other than a part at 40%. That ship sometimes has some decent timings when you go through the different portals, but other than that, it's easy. This can be problematic if you don't get your timings correctly, but it's not too bad. Just hold through those portals, and then you'll go into an easy section. Here, tap, 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 and that's all you need to do for that UFO. Here, you have to hold through that portal, and of course, during that transition, you have to tap. Right here, I think, is the hardest part of the entire level. This spider part can get really, really frustrating, and I have died there a lot of times. In fact, I mean, right there was my high score before I beat the level. Here's a super easy duel. It may look like it's asymmetrical, but really it's not at all. You can focus on one and just tap to that one. After that spider, it's really, really free. There's a couple interesting timings like this one right here where you kind of just have to orb spam until you get it right. Of course, I was forgetting the level, so pardon my terrible playing. So this part right here can get pretty difficult because if you tap too early, you can actually die really, really easily. So what I suggest you doing is wait until you're completely on that platform before you tap. This is basically from the rest of its level, it's free. You've got a super easy, basically kind of precision robot, but really there's nothing precise about it. It's super open, it's super spacious. Here it can kind of get difficult because that transition kind of just throws you into a ball where there's a spike and you don't know where to go. Here, just hold through those dash orbs is all I have to say, and then you go into the final 3 orbs and you're done. That is definitely one of the longer levels that I'm showcasing, but it's really, really fun. That was only about 56 attempts to do that. So the last one is definitely one of my favorites, mostly just because the song is absolutely perfect and the design is fantastic. It's perfect to what I like. It's Hold On by however you say his name. It's a fantastic level with some decent timings. This is definitely the hardest level that I'm showing today. Mostly just because this ball part is pretty decent. You have to tap right when you get on those arrows. But this is why I think it's a demon, because this ship part is super hard to learn. Because there's an upside down that goes straight into a teleportation portal. Also, this duel is kind of rough. If you don't tap correctly, then you end up dying. And then here, just kind of spam. Then you go into this ship section. This part's pretty easy. You can die there, which frustrated me a little bit. Here, make sure to tap in between those, or else you will die. And from the rest of here, I think it's pretty free, because all you have to do is hold here, fly through that, go up, tap 6 times, and then just spam the level until you're finished. And that's about it, really. I mean, it's a really fun level. The song makes it sync super well. It's so high-paced. Oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite levels in the entire game. Alright, guys, so that's actually going to do it for the video today. I hope you enjoyed. I actually really had fun making it. I'm actually trying to figure out how to make real videos instead of just clips from a stream or just trying to find old videos I had on my phone, so I hope you like it. I hope you try those levels out because they didn't take me too long. Alright, later. Also, if you want to, you can come watch me live on Twitch. I stream there every Tuesday and Thursday, and we do some fun things.